Okay, I'm recording.
All right, welcome everyone back to D&D 2025. Last session, you had all broken into a nightclub owned by the Cannibals group in an attempt to put your names on the guest list to a masquerade happening at the Karab in 2 days. Now, what actually happened was you guys entered the nightclub, set it on fire, managed to kill a good number of people. You stole the computer out of this place, like the actual desktop. You encountered an Efri special ops group who sort of withdrew from the situation and allowed you guys to leave, although they were clearly hostile towards the vampires that they fired at. And you all also encountered a particular vampire wielding a greatsword who was able to take all of you on, although you did succeed in knocking him out. They managed to escape, and you all managed to escape as well, not submitting yourselves to the Efri team, and have just gotten back to the inn here, where we are all licking our wounds. Apherius is looking pretty rough himself. I believe he was picked up by Githranos at the end of last session.
Yeah,
and you guys have all just gotten back.
I'll go ahead and top him off.
Okay, yeah, Apherius is sort of like groaning as you patch his wounds up.
I was gonna say I propose we rest and recover HP if possible.
Okay.
I'll rest and recover your HP.
Yeah. Take however long.
Take 10, Hunter.
Glowing sparkles feel good.
Wow, nice. Okay. Apherius says, "Oh, thank you. That feels so much better."
You know, I almost took a healing spell just so I would be able to heal myself.
Everyone should be able to see each other's names now, yes? Or I'm sorry, each other's names and green health bars, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it should be right as rain now.
I think I can also see your blue one, Hunter, or Epherius's blue health.
Oh, you can also see the blue one? Let me fix that.
Just for you, though.
I can see all of everybody's bars.
Oh.
I only see 2 green bars for a green bar for Devin and a green bar for Ulysses.
This is probably because of control permissions. Me and will be able to see everybody's stuff because we have permission to like go into your shit and edit it.
I don't
As
trust Will.
for
He's so shifty.
being a Furious' stuff, I can fix that pretty quickly. So, the first thing you guys are doing is crashing? Is that right?
Yeah, recovering, resting.
Okay.
Well, downtime activity, I'd like to start digging into that computer, see if I can find any of the data we need.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Thranos is already full health, so he can afford to do that, but I'm going to crash and recover.
Okay, so Githranos, you are going to take a look at this computer. You sort of plug it in, you get it connected. What exactly are you trying to do before you turn anything on?
Well, I would need a monitor and everything, but I'm basically trying to get into it and get the... I know we're looking for a guest list.
Yes, you're looking for permissions in the network to like find this guest list. It's the guest list to the Karab masquerade.
All right, well, I guess I will start by seeing if I can find any passwords or anything saved on this computer.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a use computer check. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to take you long to get admin permissions on this computer. So what are you trying to do?
Well, once I'm in, like I said, I would like to see about saved passwords for website access, that kind of thing. that would be stored in the internet browser.
Okay. So there's no password stored in the internet browser, but there are passwords saved in the employee login information, like for the software.
Okay. I should be able to get permission levels as well while I'm in there. Who has the highest access level as far as that is on that list?
As far as like the names and the passwords? Yeah, so like if you have like the manager's like accounts, then yes, you have access to like the manager's powers, so to speak. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, well, I mean, what I'm getting at is if I can see a list of users, I would also be able to see their permissions as far as the network goes in the same stuff as far as what I do.
Yeah, sure. So you see like a big list of names, right? And you've got associated passwords. Are you trying to accomplish a particular task?
So I have. So what you're telling me is that I have narrowed down which one is a manager, and I can use their password to access, let's say, guest list, that kind of thing now.
I would say yes. You have information to log into the, like the employee network and so on. You need to try to find some way to find the guest list in this computer, and then add yourselves to it. Is that all you want to do?
Well, I mean, I would like to do exactly that. Is basically, dig into the computer, find the guest list, and add us to it. Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to easily enough find this guest list, right? What names do you want to put on it?
Is there any reason we can't just... Never mind, I'm sleeping.
I mean,
technically, Githeranos is the only one doing this. So Githeranos...
Yeah, that's why I was like, never mind. I'm sleeping in the other room. Ignore me.
You sort of think to yourself, do you want to like tell anybody, or do you want to just come up with names everyone has to use?
It's a masquerade, so I come up with a bunch of pseudonyms for everybody.
Okay. And then you punch them all in.
Yes.
Okay. So as you're doing this, you are going to find in this computer, right? Like kind of in the management email. You're going to find the name Vito Griggs, which was the name of one of the people that you dealt with there at the club. It seems that he himself is the manager of the club. Crystal actually encountered this person and told you guys about him briefly. But it seems that he is working together with the vampires at the Karab and seems to be in their employ.
Okay, well, I mean, I will let everybody know that when they wake up in the morning.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
Well, can I see about what kind of supplies are going into the masquerade party, as far as like orders, that kind of thing, catering, any of that?
From this computer, you would have to get access to their network for that. I would let you make a computer use check at disadvantage to try and do so.
Okay.
Nine.
Does my improved does those improved tools that I got help in any way?
Yes. Because you have hacking tools, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's the benefit to that?
That's what I was wondering. I
You don't
believe
have Is it written down somewhere?
I wasn't really given anything beyond the fact that I have it.
No, I think they were. He told you in the moment it was like a +1 or a +2 or something like that. Because I got the same thing for my disguise kit as you got for your hacking tools.
Okay, then yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, then I would have a plus. I just don't remember exactly what it is.
Did you use an improved loot token for yours? Or a regular loot token?
Regular loot token. So I probably only have like a +1.
Okay, so I had an improved one. So I think we'll just say like a +1 for you and a +2 for me.
Yeah, that sounds
Ring a
about
bell,
right.
Will? William. Oh well. Okay. So
So I guess that would be
with
one
a
higher.
10, with a
I'm
10.
sorry, what was the question?
What was the benefit of Eddie's improved hacking tools?
It'll interface with literally anything.
Oh,
If it has like a wire plug, if you can plug something into it, or if it can wirelessly interface, this tablet will speak whatever language it needs to be able to interface with any device.
gotcha. So you can hack any electronic is the benefit.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna say with a 9, Githronos, you're able to find easily enough who's like catering and those sorts of things, like what sort of things might be offered there. But generally speaking, it seems to be very exclusive, very private. And what you can tell about the caterers is that they work closely and are a company owned by the vampire cartels.
All right. All things to tell everybody later when they're awake.
When they're awake. Okay. Anything else you want to do? Or are you calling it a night?
I think I've already got us on the guest list. I got a little more information about the party. I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night.
Okay. All right. Everybody else. Crystal. Oh, Crystal's not here. Shit. Devden. Roll me a craft check. I believe you were trying to make a poison which works like ricin but quickly, yeah?
Yes.
Ooh, 11. Were you at 2 successes or 1?
I couldn't tell you. Probably just
Okay.
one.
Okay, go ahead and write down that you're at 2 out of 3 for this poison.
Word.
All right, Ulysses. Go ahead and make me a craft check. You as well, Gith. I don't remember what Githronos' project was.
I was making potions.
Yeah, I don't remember what you were working on though. Do you have it written down? Does anyone have it written down?
Beyond making just random potions with the ingredients I have, no.
Okay. Go ahead and like write this down on your sheets, like what the project you're working on is and how many successes out of whatever. So, like Devden's making like quick ricin, and he's at like 2 out of 3 successes.
I'm honestly just making healing potions, not as far like every night. I have ingredients for healing potions.
Oh, like you have like the by the book ingredients for healing potions?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess then follow the rules on that. I don't know what the rules for alchemy in particular are.
I'm already going.
And Ulysses, what are you making?
The basic healing potion is 1 poppy root and 1 blood root with a DC 7 craft alchemy check. And
you rolled a 12. So he gets the thing?
yeah,
Okay. Good job, Gith. You
Yay,
may
thing.
add that to your inventory. Okay.
exactly how that works.
All right.
It's not super crazy complex. I know it's a lot and it looks super crazy complex, but it's really not super crazy complex. I guess I'll make some dart launcher traps. I have some firebolt traps. Let me make a couple dart launcher traps. Like I honestly just haven't seen any opportunities that I felt were
No, you're all
Great.
good. You're all good. I'm just thinking about the
great
next scene.
chances for uh great chances for traps to be laid.
You are all good.
Do.
Okay, so
And mechanics. I failed.
damn, where is?
I made the pieces, but I didn't put them together right.
Okay, that's okay. Give me 1 second. Here we are. All right. Can everybody make me a perception check at disadvantage? Okay,
Roll another one, Nick.
that's okay.
Yeah,
As long
Ron-
as you,
Shit.
as long as you roll that one, it's all right. Okay. Okay. All right. So
Why
very
is it that I'm
early.
asleep and I have
Somebody
better
roll for
perception than
Caleb.
all of you?
Wait, can I roll for Caleb? I can roll for Caleb. Roll the same thing both times.
Okay,
Okay.
Crystal has better perception than me, but still, I'm asleep. My point stands.
That is okay. All right. So nobody hears it. Okay. So early the next morning,
Crystal didn't hear that with a 15? Holy
Crystal
shit.
does not hear that with a 15. Okay.
May I ask what the DC was for that?
The DC was 16 because
Fair enough.
it was, trust me, it was fair. I don't want to
Yeah,
say why
I-
because I don't want to give anything away, but it was fair. It was rolled and that's what the DC was.
Not
Okay.
arguing, just curious.
Okay. So that being the case, early the next morning there is like a loud like on the door. Actually, Discord might be quieting
Um,
it out.
Are we back to full for health
On
and
the
stamina?
door. Yes. Go ahead and heal yourselves back up. So everyone's back to full.
My blue is the stamina, right?
Yes.
Yes. And
You're
again,
ready.
there's another like impatient like on the door.
I guess I will get up and answer it. Or maybe Crystal will, since Crystal had the better perception check. So.
Well, that's not what that was for.
No, but I mean, it shows that Crystal is more alert than the rest of us. Fuck it, let's say Crystal
Sure.
gets up and answers.
Sure,
it.
sure. So at this
Crystal,
point,
like, hears
she
it, jumps out of bed and like runs over in that spry young way that people who are young and full of energy do.
okay. So Crystal
I feel
runs
old
over
today.
here and just peeks out the door, I guess.
Sure.
And out in the hallway
Nah, she
are
would, like,
three
leave the whole door
figures.
open, knowing her.
Okay. In that case, out in the hallway are three figures. And Lionel out in front is going to be flanked by a short, well-dressed Dane, as well as a very bulky and unfriendly-looking security unit, like city security guard, town guard.
Is the door open yet?
Yes.
Crystal
would've just
flung it
floated
open, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And Lionel's going to say, "Crystal, it's me. I need to step inside."
I think she would welcome him in. Like, yeah, come on in.
Okay. So Lionel is going to step into the room, and once the door is closed, he is going to once again sort of drop this appearance on himself. You guys sort of like hear him incanting, and his appearance is going to shift from that of this old man to that of himself. Sorry, let me put a name on there. And as he does this, he says, well, from what I've seen, you've been quite busy lately. Kind of looks around the
I
room.
assume by this point that like everybody else is kind of woken up, so I don't know. I'll step forward and be like, you could say that.
And he says, well, he says, these two people who are accompanying me are people I would like you to meet. He says, on one hand, this is one of our contacts with the local authorities, and he sort of gestures to the big guy next to him, and he says, this is Sullivan. He says, if we need to interact with the local police force, anything like that, this is going to be our contact. We're updating everyone's devices with this information. And he said, speaking of which, and he sort of pulls a bag from his jacket, and he says, your personal devices. These have been cleared, none of you were compromised, and your devices are all being returned to you. So he sort of like hands everyone their stuff back.
Hooray, my phone. Now I can play more Angry Birds.
Okay. Now, that being said, did you have any luck getting your names on that guest list? Actually, wait. Before we do this, this one here, and he sort of turns, and he says, we have a bit of a special case going on. And he sort of looks back at Devden, and he says, Devden,
Yes.
apparently the Church of Sale has sent someone to accompany you in some manner. But this person here has been sitting at the police station for the past few days and has refused to leave. Do you know this person?
No, but this is common practice in my order. So he's welcome to join me.
And he says this is a highly unusual situation. And if anything goes awry with this person, you will be responsible for it.
I understand. That's how it goes.
And he sort of turns to Torvald, and he's going to say, and we need to be sure that this person is willing to do the kind of work we are needed to do at this time.
Very well. Does he need to show some kind of proof that he can do something, or I'm not really
And
sure what you're asking him to do.
He says, not at all. I'm not terribly familiar with this practice, but he's been cleared for security as far as having a clean background. And it's up to you whether or not you want to be responsible for him.
Yes. He will
He says,
be
now
by my
this
side.
being the case, I'm not particularly keen on hiring this person myself because I don't know this person whatsoever.
I
So
will
as far as
accept full
getting this work
responsibility for
done,
it.
I do not intend to pay this person.
Fair enough.
Okay. In that case, your devices have been updated with Sullivan's contact information, and if you have further questions, feel free to text him at his number, or me at mine. He says, we've been looking through that cell phone that you uncovered, and we think we've got some interesting information lined up. He says, I'll be sending you a text with the details later on. But, oh shit. Sorry. But we want you to enter the Karab using the names you put on the list, and then find a way to the employee area at the back of the ballroom. There should be a terminal there you can use to access an email account of one of the administrators who run the casino. Isamir Barcelioni. Says we have his user ID and we have his password. If possible, I'd like you to download this information and submit it via the Secura box. And he sort of like pulls out like another one of these like barcoded metal boxes. And he says, if you could place it in one of these boxes and mail it off to us, we can get it assessed as quickly as possible.
Okay then. And
Okay.
I'll turn to Githranos and be like, so you were messing with the computer last night. Did we have any success with that?
I should have gotten us on the list. Not with our real names, mind you. Just all just a little bit of clever things.
All right. Well, then it should be pretty straightforward.
He says, good, good. You weren't seen, were you?
Am I heading up this whole conversation? I guess so.
I don't know who Lionel's speaking directly. I guess
No,
he's speaking
Lionel's
to all of us.
speaking
kinda
to
talking all
everybody,
of us. Now that he's done with the whole like Torvald thing, he's kind of talking to all of us again.
I'm gonna go like full petulant child and be like, well, there were security cameras and we were gonna make sure that we erased all the evidence, but somebody had to start a fire.
And he says, okay, so you were caught on camera and none of the security evidence was erased?
Doesn't sound like it.
And he sort of shakes his head and he says, I told you all to be as subtle as possible and that drawing attention to ourselves might be a problem.
I did what I could. I brought the computer. Also, out of character, I'm feeding the pets while I'm kind of trying to participate in this conversation.
Okay, that's fine.
So I
He
guess
says,
at that point, I would look at Githranos and be like, do you think you might be able to access their camera feeds from that device?
Well, I could probably try.
Please do.
and Lionel sort of shakes his head and he says, at this point, they've probably looked at the footage from last night. He says it gets fed to the casino as well, which is why that security list was on that computer. They share a software. And he says, that's okay, but what's going to happen now is that you guys are all going to have to be very careful about showing your face around town. Because people are going to know that you guys were the ones responsible for burning down the Zook. And he says, similarly, they're going to know that I have something to do with you because people know that you were my security team, or that you were the ones hired to do this, do the job on the boat.
Womp womp.
And so he says, essentially, our situation hasn't changed. It's just become more dangerous if we fuck up.
Yeah. Okay. Out of the kitchen.
Well, okay then. I
Okay.
guess it is what it is. We'll have to work with that.
He says, I believe you have 2 skilled air masters among you. Perhaps the 2 of them can help you with this. He says, the 2 of us are going to leave. Do any of you have any questions for Sullivan at this time?
I have a
And
real
Sullivan,
quick
who has
meta-
said nothing so far, kind of just leers at all of you.
I
does not
have a question. I have a
Yeah, what's
question.
up?
Why are you here?
Why is Lionel here?
No, Solomon.
Oh, Sullivan?
Sullivan, sorry.
Sullivan kind of... Oh, sorry. Is his name not visible?
No, it is.
It is.
Okay,
Just
okay,
zoomed out.
No sweat, no sweat. So Sullivan kind of looks at you, and he's like, typically this kind of operation requires a little bit of finesse. You're dealing with rough people. And because of the nature of our work, sometimes the police work gets a little bit messy. There's a lot of secrecy involved with what we do. And with you all laying low, or perhaps not anymore, There's now a need for us to be in contact with you should shit hit the fan, which it very well might.
Did we tell them about the team of Spec Ops dudes that showed up?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah, let's tell them about that, about those guys.
Real quick, I have a meta question for the DM, or the
What's up?
storyteller. You said that I have the ability to, like, basically pray for a miracle of roll luck or something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's something I want to file away for later, since shit just got a lot harder.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so
I
Githronos tells them about the...
I also have an out of character question. I think I just missed something, but like legit, who the fuck is Sullivan and why is he here?
He's the local police force. He's like the local police chief. And
He's your contact. He's not the chief, but he's your contact with the local police.
Oh,
and he's telling you that the local
But he's our contact with the local law enforcement. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Which he's
Through
telling you, he's just straight up telling you engages in a lot of secrecy.
Yeah, secret police.
very sus.
Super sus. So he's a babysitter. Got it.
And he sort of like narrows his eyes at all of you and he says, "That's right. If your case gets messy, it's up to me to help you, but it ain't up to me to save you." Any other questions?
What does tire taste like?
He says, "If you show your face in the wrong parts of town around here, maybe you'll find out someday. Stay off the cameras next time."
Okay, I'm back. Did I miss anything important?
I'm gonna shoot a like stanky side eye at Githronos.
Okay. All right. So, are there any other questions?
Is there any support that the local police can give us?
At this, you sort of see Lionel like kind of take a reluctant breath. And he says, "One of the reasons that we've got Sullivan with us is because there's not very much public support the local police can give us.
Gotcha.
That being said, if you need resources, perhaps we can obtain what we need through them. They're helping us crack these devices, obtain security information and such at the moment."
All right.
What do we do if these Effrey boys show up again?
Who are these Effrey boys exactly?
I detailed the encounter with the well-armed that were Effrey, right?
Those were definitely Effrey, yeah.
Okay, Effrey that were more focused on the vampires than they were us.
An Effrey unit here in town? You know anything about this, Sullivan? And he sort of shakes his head and he says, "No, but I don't like it. It's something worth looking into for sure." He says, "We'll do our homework on our end, see what we can find about these Effrey boys."
They were well armed. They seemed they seemed more interested in the vampires than they were us.
Interested.
Unless,
All right,
not to be too meta, but unless you had a different direction planned for this could be a good opportunity for us to go back in town again and ask questions and see if we can hear any rumors about, somebody saw any Effrey walking around last night or something.
I never want you guys to think that I want something for you, other than that, like, I want you guys to enjoy the game. Like, you never have to, like, act in a right way, per se.
I know, but I also don't want to go chasing a red herring if you've got other stuff planned, so.
Oh, you're fine. Okay.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay, cool.
I just thought of something that we could use. Some disguise kits.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, we are going to a masquerade party. We'll need some nice clothes and some masks.
He says the clothes we can do, the masks we can provide. But as for
So the
Githranos,
vampires,
Ulysses, and Torvald,
are having the masquerade party.
yes.
Womp womp.
Yeah, so as for like
I got it.
essentially everyone except for Crystal, he's like, because you guys don't look like particularly human or like a vampire, it'll be much harder for you all to pass. You're probably going to have to use illusion spells to do so.
I see.
I can totally get away with it. Everybody loves a midget at a party.
Okay.
Can confirm
I mean,
that's true.
Is there any chance I can just like pop into another body or something? I mean, I'm just a animated crystal, so.
I don't know. Is that true?
I mean, you could like reform your body, I guess.
I kind of figured like you guys would have to like have whole prepared units
Yeah,
for yourselves.
That also makes sense. So, okay, I don't know. It's just a thought, especially with the heat closing in.
Okay. All right. Are there any further questions?
No serious ones.
No.
on hand.
Okay. Right. So the two of them are going to step out of the room. Okay.
All right. So when's this masquerade party?
The date I assume was on the guest list, so I would have that, right?
Or Lionel would have told us. Either way,
That's true.
The masquerade party is tomorrow night.
All right. So
So y'all still have like a day of downtime.
Yeah, we got like a day, maybe under 2 days to prepare.
Let's see here.
Am I?
I'm gonna do a something. I just got to figure out what. How much money do I have?
This is probably a me question, but do I look like my picture? Like, am I in the Holy Pope regalia and shit?
That's up to you. That's honestly up to you. It's
Okay.
kind of just figured it was art.
I'm gonna change
like-
into like some normal, whatever normal clothes are for an Efri, and I'm gonna go to the fucking bar with Torvald, and we're gonna have a couple drinks and see if we overhear any hot goss. Just for
Okay.
a couple hours. Like, I'm not gonna do that all day, but
Okay. So you're going downstairs?
yeah, wherever the nearest hoppin' pub is, whether that's the hotel bar or the bar across the street.
Okay. When you guys go downstairs, you meet Ephirius at the bar.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. Meanwhile, what are you guys doing up here?
I'm gonna refill my drink.
I-
Let's talk about that.
I'm actually gonna head to the market. Is it market hours, or do I need to wait until tomorrow and go during the day?
It's early morning right now.
Like 4 a.m. or like 9
Like
a.m.
6:30 a.m.
Okay. We'll breakfast then, and then I'll go shopping.
Okay. All right. Githranos and Crystal, y'all have any plans for the day?
I think.
Oh, what's up, dude? I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I am here.
Oh shit, welcome.
Sorry for being late again. I'll explain in a minute.
No. No need. You're all good.
So, okay. Well, I'm glad. I guess I didn't miss too awful much yet. Okay.
Always welcome. Yeah, the only thing was Lionel introduced Sullivan and Torvald, and then told you guys like what the next step was.
And that is.
That you're going to go to the masquerade at the Karab, disguised as vampires,
Okay, great.
and find a way into the employee room, get on the employee access terminal, access an email account, and download everything you could from that and mail it to them.
So, did we get our names added to the registry?
Yes, Githronos put a bunch of random names in.
Awesome. Well, I think I'd want to go find a really cool mask.
Okay. Githronos, is there anything you would like to do?
Sorry, 1 second. I'm eating. I would like to go talk to my Heen friends. Is that what they are? The little dudes? The fortune teller?
The hen? Okay.
Yeah, and ask them about these Efri guys, if they've seen them around town.
Okay. All right. Githronos, you leave as well.
I would like to hide the computer, by the way, before I leave, like under the bed or something.
Okay.
Good move.
Hide the computer. All right, so everyone leaves except for Ephirius, who is still sitting in the corner facing this wall.
Being a creepy nerd.
I thought you said that I met Ephirius down at the bar.
You did meet Ephirius down at the bar. Okay. All right. So, what are you all doing around town today? Devdin, you and Torvald are drinking downstairs with Ephirius.
Yep. Are we starting with me, or are we...
It's whatever. You guys can go in any order. Doesn't particularly matter.
Is it cool if we do me last?
Sure.
We can start with me, I guess. Yeah, so me and Torvald head to a pub where we run into Ephirius. And I guess
Or
I'll start...
Ephirius is downstairs, like in the hotel.
Okay.
Like that you guys are staying at. But yeah, you meet him there.
I'll start
Okay.
by checking in with him. I'll be like, "Are you doing okay?"
Torvald or Ephirius?
Ephirius.
Oh yeah, he says, "Oh yes, like now that the Dragon Man's patched up all my wounds, I'm feeling right as rain. Although I'd certainly like not to be shot again. I seem to have bad luck with that."
Indeed. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the Efri unit that attacked us, would you?
Me? No, I don't know a thing about them. I think it's very strange that they showed up when they did.
Can I do like a perception check, see if he's holding anything back?
Yeah, sure.
Did I hit the wrong button?
Don't look like it.
Oh, there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I saw Ephirius's. My bad. I saw Ephirius's.
As far as you can tell, he doesn't seem to know anything about this Efri group.
Okay. Well, I'll be like.
He says.
I'll be
He
like.
says they certainly didn't seem to try to harm us.
That's true. Well, just doing my due diligence, asking around. So I guess I'll leave him alone, and well, like I said, we head over to the bar and kind of make a point of like sitting somewhere kind of out of the way, inconspicuous, but also somewhere we can kind of overhear people. And
Okay.
I guess I'll do another perception check for that and see if we... that one was shit too. So I guess we don't hear anything, but we're trying to see if we... Or does Torvald have his own perception? Oh, he does.
So looking around the room.
Damn, Torvald's on it.
Torvald's on it. Okay, so looking around the room. There appears to be a large group of Dane who are all sitting together and drinking cheerfully and knocking on the table like that.
Hell yeah. Okay. I guess I'll kind of nudge Torvald and be like, I don't know. Is that okay? Not to metagame think. Is that like, is that all I see, or are you just pointing out that that's unusual?
I mean, you're asking who's down there at 6:30 in the morning drinking in the bar?
That's fair.
There is one group of Dane who are partying very hard.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of nudge Torvald and be like, hey, why don't you go over there and see if you can talk to them, see if they've heard anything about this Effrey situation or.
He looks at you. You want me to go talk to them about Effrey? And Torvald says, and who are these Effrey again? What does he call you? What does Torvald refer to you as? What's your
Shit, I didn't think that far.
What's
ahead.
your religious title?
I didn't think that far ahead. Will, what's my religious title?
I don't know, friar.
Friar. Holy shit, I'm a father. How put it in military terms.
I can't.
Chaplain?
Well, no, like military rank. Like where do I fall on the hierarchy?
We'll just say you're a paladin. He calls you paladin because you're a paladin.
That's fair. Okay.
Valid point.
And he's like, is that what you wish, Master Paladin?
I'll be like,
He says, tell me about these Effrey and I'll ask them about it.
yeah. So I kind of fill him in, and well, you know, we had this mission to infiltrate this nightclub, and things kind of went sideways, and we got attacked by this group of special ops Effrey, which is extremely unusual, and I feel like such a noticeable thing would have been seen. Somebody would have seen something, you know, like a group of Effrey walking around or something. So, you know.
And okay, so Torvald is going to sort of like walk over to all these other Dane who are like kind of partying around the table. And as he sort of walks up, you know, they all sort of look at him. And, they look at his like very sharp, you know, clothes. And he's like, excuse me, you all, but I wished to inquire if you knew anything of a particularly well-equipped group of Effrey who maybe have been seen in the area. And they all sort of like look at each other. Like, no, what are you talking about?
Oh dear lord, he has no social skills. Got it.
and one of the Dane is gonna say like, you sir look like you could use a drink yourself.
Yeah, he should do it.
He says, thank you. I actually do not drink. I abstain. And they all sort of like cheer and they say, but he's getting married. You have to. It's his bachelor party. And they all sort of like cheer, and the whole group of Dane like simultaneously like take a swig and then slam their mugs on the table once.
Nice.
Splashes ale everywhere.
Am I overhearing this?
You have to go with
Yeah,
him.
Debden, you're like right there, and Torvald is like very uncomfortably standing in front of this table.
Then I'll like run up and be like, oh my god, he's getting married. You're right. You know what? Next round's on me. Like, congratulations. And like order everybody around. Because
all right.
I severely
so
underestimated
like,
his social
like
skills.
who is this guy? Like, hey, who are you? Like, you're clearly dressed up. You're clearly somebody. What's your story, Mr. Priest Man?
I mean, I think I said at the end that I'm changed into like somewhat regular clothes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You changed into regular clothes. Okay, so like, hey, like, who's this generous fellow?
I'll be like, I'm Dev, and I'm in town with my friend Torvald here, and shit, I didn't think this far ahead.
And they're like, well, Dev, you came to the right table. If you're looking for a good time, we are here to have a good time. it might be the last time this one here ever has a good time.
Ah, ha ha ha.
And they're all like,
So I assume that was an invitation to pull up a seat. So I'll like pull up a seat.
Oh yeah, you
And be like,
bought a round for him, right?
Fair. I'll be like, so are you guys from the traveling city, or just come here to party for the bachelor
They're
party?
like,
or...
Oh no, not at all. They're like, we're from. Oh shit. Let me look at the world map real quick. Where Dane from, Will? Where did Dane hail from?
I think that's in the core rulebook.
So we're from off in the mountains.
It's the story up till now. So if you go to the world map, it's the continent in the bottom right corner, the like head continent. They're the D in head, Dane.
Okay.
Just so
So they're
you
from the
know,
southeast. That's what they tell you.
Story up till now is not in the shit, and I deleted it off my Nextcloud. Story up till now is not in the sync folder.
You were actually right the first time. It is in the core rulebook under the Dane section that they're part of the human, halfling, Afri, and Dane like alliance.
Okay, so they just tell you like, yeah, we're from way southeast. They're like, we're mountain dwellers, but we figured we'd, make a celebration out of this. So we came all the way across the world to party here.
Well, shit, that answered my next question. How long have you guys been in town?
And they say, oh, we're just getting here. We've been partying for about 37 hours now.
37
And now that you
hours, so
look
that's like
at
2
them,
days. Holy
Devden,
shit.
there's all like heavy bags under their eyes, but they're all like cheery. They're all really just like lively, drinking, having a great time.
Sorry, somebody sent me a message. I was reading that.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
You're good.
Well, with the notifications, I never know if it's some asshole causing spam or something else. Anyways, I'm good.
You're fine. You're fine. Anything in particular that you want from these dudes?
No, I was just kind of looking for information, but I mean, judging from the bags under their eyes and the fact that they've been drinking for 36 solid hours, I'm just gonna kind of realize like, these guys don't have much. So I'll kind of like, I'll stick around for a few minutes, shoot the shit, because I don't want to be rude. But it's kind of like once I see a good exit, I'll just like, all right, let's go look somewhere else.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Ulysses, what are you doing next? You said you were headed into town for something?
Yeah. First, can I make a mind check to realize that we left Ephirius in the hotel and then came here and he was at the bar somehow ahead of us?
He was downstairs in the hotel. Yeah, go ahead.
So he really did just like teleport there? I thought that was just okay.
Yeah.
No, I offered no explanation for it.
But I haven't seen him teleport yet, and I've seen him in situations where teleport would be really useful, and I don't think he can do that.
Go ahead and make a mind check to see if you notice. 7? 7. I'll say that you note that it's odd. You note that it's very unusual that he made it downstairs before you. You're not quite sure how that could have happened.
Can I perception to see if it's really him? There's been a lot of weird shit going on lately. We did just get caught on camera dumping some fucking bodies.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you see Ephirius like sitting there talking to Devden and Torvald. And he's like drinking.
Hold on.
You know?
That's wrong. I literally just upped my perception. It should be high. Wait. Is it wrong?
You may have to roll it again, because remember that happened with me with the craft check. Was like I rolled it
No,
the first
hold on.
time and it still
Never
said
mind.
yours.
I just read it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, looking at him, it seems to be Ephirius. He's having back and forth with Devden and Torvald.
All right.
He seems very interested in getting to know Torvald.
Okay.
Asking him lots of probing questions.
Okay. I'm gonna go shopping for some type of glass item. So here's my player logic. Glass weapons store stamina. I can't afford a glass weapon; they're too expensive. But by the numbers, I could theoretically afford something that stores 2 stamina as opposed to the 5 for like a light one-handed weapon. Like by the math. So maybe like a small trinket or a couple of mana batteries if you want those to exist.
I am not super familiar with this like function of glass. So if this exists, like I trust your word on this.
It stores stamina. So like as long as you have that item, it effectively increases your stamina pool.
Okay, would this be expensive?
Yes. So with my 370 gold, if I spent 300 of it, I could like by the math and numbers, purchase something that stores up to 2 stamina, whereas the like a one-handed light weapon would store 5 stamina.
Okay, so in that case, we're gonna say this is like fine, refined glass, for the sake of like storing mana or what have you, so that flashlights can still be like super cheap, that kind of thing. So you're looking for some sort of.
When I say mana battery, I mean like a specialty battery that's intended to store stamina. There would still be regular batteries.
Okay. So for burning down that building, you guys got a lump sum of $1,000 to split between everyone, or 1,000 gold. So you guys should be sitting on like a hefty chunk of money right now.
Between the 5 of us?
Or Devton, yeah, between the 5 of you.
Okay. In that case, I could afford 3 stamina of storage.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay. So while you're wandering through here, right?
Yes.
You're going to like sort of pass by like a stall, where there's like somebody like cooking, and you can see it's like this man who's kind of got like this like lazy eye, right? And then as you kind of like get a better look at him, you see he's actually like a chameleon, and his eyes are both sort of like looking about in different directions. And you see as like one of the eyes looks at you, and he's like, "Hey, kid, you feeling hungry? Try some of this. It's delicious."
Out of character, did I eat breakfast yet?
That's up to you.
I already ate, and I'm just gonna like
looking at his stall.
Yeah,
it appears to be altered food substances. So he's offering like organically grown cotton candy, candy corn, sweet potatoes, caramel apples, sugar cane, etc. He's got all these like sweets and confections that have apparently just been grown.
Like by magic out of a plant?
Yes. Out of a magically altered plant. It's like super sweet fruit and vegetables.
That's super cool.
And cotton, which I guess is technically a textile.
Feed my cats real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Never mind.
Okay,
Susie's got it.
that's also okay. Okay, so Ulysses, are you wanting to like buy any of this stuff or engage with this person? You don't have to.
I'll take an apple.
Okay, so you buy an apple. It's like 5 silver. No big deal. Okay.
And I'm gonna eat the apple while I go glass shopping.
All right, go ahead and buy that thing for yourself. Crystal or Ranos, whoever wants to go first.
I guess I will. Okay.
I was gonna say, has Crystal caught up to what they've missed just so far?
So
I don't think Crystal knows about the hint yet.
I don't think I do either.
About the what?
I don't think anyone knows about the hint. I'm gonna grab some wine, but I'm listening.
Eddie's hen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of. I thought I had mentioned something about the fortune tellers.
I thought you did too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I believe I had mentioned some. I think I had mentioned the fortune tellers, like at least in passing, saying something about a Heen fortune teller, because of the importance of what I was told and what we saw.
Now, Githranos, I think you may have mentioned that you met him that do this. I don't know if you particularly said how,
Yeah.
but Crystal. Actually, I don't know. Never mind. So, what would y'all like to do today?
Well, I was gonna go talk to the fortune tellers and ask them if they had seen these Efri.
Okay. Crystal, did you have any particular plan?
One sec. Skip me for a minute. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, so in that case, Gith, you make your way back to the hen.
I charged my mana battery immediately upon buying it.
Okay, that's fine. So you have a 2 stamina mana battery, and that cost you how much gold?
The 3 would have been 450.
Oof, pricey. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Githranos,
Yes, sir.
you have to kind of like wander through the field of tents outside of town. But once you arrive here at like the hen caravans, you are going to see Mom Sword, who's probably inside at the moment. But you're going to see Isolda sort of like walking around doing her thing. And as she sees you, she says, "Oh, hey there, you came back."
I did. I have a couple. I have a bit of a question for you.
Oh, a question for me?
Well, maybe more for your ma, but sorry, Kaylee's upset.
That's fine.
Being very
Dare
dramatic
not
about it.
have perfect
I can
control
hear
over
that,
a
yeah.
small child.
You're all good.
That's
I'm being sarcastic.
that was a
in
very
case you
whiny
can't tell.
ow a second ago. Okay.
I'm used to small
No,
children
she's
being dramatic.
fine. She's fine. Anyway, back in character. Do you know anything about a group of Efri that might be about town?
A group of Efri? I don't think so. What did they look like? Is there something special about them?
Well, they look like they stepped right out of a military movie. Does that exist? Is that a thing? Out of character, like military movies, like like war movies, whatever.
Yeah, I assume the setting is generally very similar as far as like technology goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you can Google stuff, whatever. So she says, a military group of Efri. She says, no, I don't think so. But what with the crazy thing that happened at Umel, they're saying it was a terrorist attack.
Oh, that's mighty strange.
She says maybe that's what's going on, or maybe they're the terrorists.
Oh, I wouldn't know about that.
And she's sort of like,
they just seem very out of place. Is all. Now,
well, I hope it's nothing bad.
No, nothing bad. But you mind asking to others to keep an eye out and possibly getting word back to me if you find them?
Oh, sure. If I hear about any scary Efri, I'll let you know. And she says, how am I supposed to get in contact with you?
Does she have a phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I give her my number.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Okay. So she says, if I hear anything about any effery, I'll certainly let you know.
Definitely. Give me a call.
She says, that sounds very scary.
Um,
She says, well, what can I help you with aside from that?
Oh, really, that was it. I was just wondering if y'all had seen anything. If not, then yes, I ask that you keep an eye out. And I actually give her like 5 gold for their trouble for helping me out again.
She says, "Oh my gosh." She says, "You don't have to give me this. This is too much."
Just think of it as spreading the love. That's all.
And she says, "I'll do some digging, see if I can find out anything about this group of Efri that you're talking about." She says, "I haven't seen anything like them come around here, but a lot of people come to Mama Swear2's trailer. Maybe one of them knows a thing or two."
Thank you so much. I'll be back. I'll be in contact with you. And then I wander off, and I'm gonna see about getting some armor.
Okay, how much armor would you like?
I would like, I guess, some glass medium armor if that's possible. I have
Could not
300.
afford that.
Okay, I can't. Okay, damn.
Let's see here. Were you looking for light, medium, or heavy armor?
Medium armor
That's an extra 1,000 gold.
for glass.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's finely tempered glass.
It's magical glass.
I know.
By the way, that obsidian great axe of yours is worth about 1,100 gold.
Holy shit.
Wow.
He has an obsidian. You have an obsidian great axe?
Yeah,
He
that's what I
cashed
got.
in an improved loot token for it. Or
Yeah,
actually, I
yeah.
think it was an improved and a standard. Actually,
For that obsidian.
Thank you. All right.
Well,
All right.
I guess I'll get some medium armor then. I got the best I can.
Now you know how that factors into your spells and all, right?
I did take the superiority so that it reduces it by 1, I believe.
Okay, cool. All right,
I
cool.
was thinking about that. We'll mention that already.
Go ahead, and so your AC is now what?
You can find the armor table.
Now, Crystal, what are you up to?
Real quick, this whole Efri thing isn't like a red herring that I just derailed everyone on, is it? Because I only thought it was worth pursuing.
let me
because
just like, here's how I DM, right? I don't know how this story ends. I
Okay,
know
fair
how. I know lots of different ways it could end, but you guys could side with any group and find your way to the end of the story.
Okay.
So there's really no wrong choice. There's no red herrings.
Okay.
What you investigate gets rewarded with more detail and the story reacting to what you do.
Gotcha.
If you leave something alone, it very likely stays alone, unless I bring it back for something later. Okay.
Okay.
Do we have Caleb back yet?
I am real sorry, guys. I'm here listening. Do I need to do something right now?
You certainly don't have to. You can just spend your day doing whatever.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
we're up
apologize.
to what you're
I'll be
doing.
back in a sec.
You are
I'm
totally-
here listening. I'm listening.
Crystal is going to go out and meet with Jace. And they're just going to, like, talk soldier shit. Alright. Anything else you guys want to do for the rest of the day today?
my plan was to pick up mana batteries and then rest and prepare for sneaking into this fucking masquerade.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm assuming the bar didn't take me too long. I guess if I didn't turn up anything, I'll assume that the bar was kind of indicative of the rest of my searches. In which case, I guess, yeah, we'll hit up a shop and... Or no, they said they were going to provide... The Sullivan said they were going to provide all the outfits and crap.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll pick up a newspaper and then head back to the hotel or the inn.
Okay. You pick up a newspaper?
Yeah, mainly to read about, the fire at the Zook and whatnot.
Okay.
And just kind of see, I'm trying to keep my pulse on what's going on. And then
So
yeah.
Reading about the fire at the Zook, it says that the fire was suspected arson and that there are suspects who are being investigated, but it does not say who.
Okay.
Hey, Hunter.
Yes.
Would you? I did not realize that the spell cost for medium armor was +3. So, do you mind if I take light armor mastery and not superiority and proficiency instead?
Yeah, not at all, dude. That
Thank you.
makes perfect sense.
So yeah,
Okay.
I guess I'll get that thin Kevlar half suit. So it's another +1 armor.
Okay, cool. All right, so, so, at some point during the day, there is going to be a loud knock on the door. Back at the Rolling Globe. I guess this would be at some point. Some point in the first evening. Yeah, this will be later evening.
Okay.
So let me bring everyone back in.
Oh, word.
Okay.
And you get damage reduction. Yeah.
Who does?
Me too. Yeah, when wearing light armor, you get DR1.
Nice. Even better.
Okay.
Yep. Now you get even more out of your self-cast barriers.
So, once everybody gets back for the evening, first off, as you're all wandering around town, you're going to get a second message from Lionel. And this sort of just goes back and details
text message.
everything
I'm popular.
that he had already told you. Which is like, go there, get to the employee terminal, access this email account, download everything, and give it to us.
That's a good
And
password.
he also told you, Caleb, one of the details that you may have missed was that the reason the local authorities are working through you guys is because if you guys get caught doing something the local authorities can't do, they don't deal with the political fallout.
Plausible deniability.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, you all get this message from Lionel. And there's also going to be like another like firm like at the door.
I'll head over and answer it.
Okay.
Or I'll peek through. I'm assuming there's like a
Before the
a
door
lock.
opens,
I've got my great axe in hand, just waiting. Kind of off
Everybody's
to the side. Well, I mean, I'm on the ground. I'm kind of leaning against it a little bit.
He's just
No, that's perfectly fine. It's just
So-
funny that everyone's like traumatized. It's like, here comes another attack. All right, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, is there like a peephole I can peep through and see who's on the other side of the door, or somewhat who's on the other side of the door?
Yes, there is. You are going to see these three. And they are all huge. They are wearing like trench coats, but they're really not all that subtle. Sorry, not this guy. Cannot see anything yet. Give me just 1 second while I put it all together.
I was just gonna say I can't see anything, but
Yeah. Okay. So it's these three guys.
Ooh. That's the Efri guys, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of, I'm gonna kind of look at everybody else and like, kind of make a motion like, yo, this might be trouble. So like everybody can kind of be at the ready, and then I'll kind of crack the door a little bit and be like, can I help you?
And at that, you guys, this guy sort of like looks into the room and he's like, "We seek a meeting.
Oh.
We request that you open this door and allow us to enter the premises."
I was not expecting that. Well,
Sense
I
of
mean,
diplomacy is mighty wise. Oh, let him in. Let him in.
yeah,
That
I was
should
gonna
be
say
fine.
they haven't like they didn't kick down the door and start guns blazing. So yeah, fuck it. I'll kind of open the door and motion like, okay, come on in, and
Okay.
kinda, yeah, like step aside so they can come in.
Okay. Well, I had said before the door opens, I was gonna set a water balloon trap above the door.
Oh God. Okay. All right. So, so they step through the door, right? Torian is going to step first, right? And as he does so, this water balloon like falls and like lands on his head and splashes water everywhere. And in like the blink of an eye, all three of them have like drawn their weapons and they're pointing it out. And then like there's like a pause, right? And then Torian sort of stands upright and says, "False alarm!" and like holsters his weapon.
Apologies, buddy. Well, we apparently have have bad timing on practical jokes. Now,
And they say, God, I have to get used to like speaking this way. So he considers this and he says, "The timing is irrelevant. It matters not."
You're good,
And
man.
he says, "We need to speak with the one known as Lionel. You are operating under his command, are you not?"
I'm gonna speak up and be like, what do you need to speak to Lionel about?
And he says, "We wish to set up a meeting. There is much for us to discuss. I believe we have similar goals, and there are ways that we can assist you."
We can pass along a message. When and where were you considering this meeting?
He says, "We would like to set this up as soon as possible. However, you," and he sort of points at Ephirius, and he says, "You are not to come."
Aw.
And Ephirius says, "What? Me? Why?" And then at this point, he's going to say, "You have known affiliations with our targets." And at this, Ephirius sort of like is kind of taken aback, and he sort of like looks at the rest of you. He says, "What targets?" And this guy says, "That will be discussed at a later time." And he looks at you all and he says, "For the rest of you, you may refer to me as Unit Torgan."
Okay.
you mind if we call you UT?
God damn it.
Hook 'em.
He says, "It matters not."
How can we get in touch with
Then
you?
your group could be the Incorporated, so Gith kind of chuckles a little bit and just so we can just call the group of you UTI. Is that right?
How can we get in touch with you?
It
with
just looks
Lionel's
unblinkingly at you.
Kind of like gives an elbow nudge to get thrown. I was like, ha 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 ha.
And he says,
All right, I'm done. Sorry, Bias. All right, we will get in contact.
so he is going to give you an address to meet at, right? Actually, what he's gonna do is he's gonna give you a secure email address.
There we go.
He's
I was
going-
going to say, he didn't give us a time, so I need to wait. for
Yeah,
him to
he's
touch
gonna
me.
give you a secure email address to set up a date to meet.
Okay.
Kind of like finger guns. Our people will be in touch with your people.
And
Yes,
at this
the
point,
much more intimidating, deadly version of finger guns.
he says, "Good, the message has been received." He says, "We look forward to hearing back from you. Don't tell anyone we were here. We all know who you are." And then all three of them are going to like back out of the room, not turning their backs to you, and then just like leave from there.
I'm gonna cast Blink and Invisibility and then follow them.
Okay.
I,
All right.
I actually
need
meant
you
to bring this up. Sorry, go ahead.
Shit. All right. This is actually a very good time. I need you to make me a stealth check.
Now that UTI is gone, the room feels much better, doesn't it, boys?
You're fired.
Observe and report only, by the way. I
Torvald,
am
throw
not
him out the
interacting
window.
with him anyway.
All right, Ulysses, you're gonna follow them to the outskirts, where they sort of enter like an old, shitty apartment building / tent.
So
Okay.
whenever we come back to the hotel room, I actually had something that I
Okay.
wanted to do.
Okay. Can you describe to me how you're following them, Ulysses?
Probably like a 10-foot distance. I just want to see like where they're going, who they're talking to. When they get to the tent, I'm probably gonna try and hover near the entrance and just listen, look in if I can.
So immediately when you first start following them, as you're like kind of approaching behind them, the one who introduced himself as Torgan sort of like stops and turns and like stares unblinkingly into the space, like whereabout you are, and it's like alarming to you. He doesn't say anything, he doesn't do anything, but he like starts as if like there's something in that area.
I'm just gonna stand perfectly still.
Okay, so as you're standing there, like his head doesn't move, but his shoulders like rotate as his torso turns to like face your direction. And he's gonna like step over to like where your area is, right?
When he starts advancing towards me, I'm going to use one of my blink charges, provided it's been less than 10 minutes, to move away. We'll say to the left.
Yes, it has been less than 10 minutes. This was happened very quickly. So as you blink, there's like a like as you like disappear and reappear somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And at this, all of them are going to sort of start, and Torgan says, "We're being followed. Take evasive action." And all three of them are going to split in different directions.
Word. I'm going to blink again to get out of line of sight, drop my invisibility, and then blink away twice to expend the rest of that spell.
Okay, so you're just getting out of there?
Well, I'm gonna see if I can pick up the trail again, like get far enough away to like lose them, but also not lose track of them, and see if I can continue the pursuit in a non-magical fashion.
To lose them? Because they're not
Yeah.
actually trying to find you. They're trying to dodge anyone who might be. They're trying to dodge anyone who might be invisibly following them.
Yeah, so I want to get far enough away from them that they like lose track of where my magical signature is, but without losing track of where they are, if that makes sense.
I feel like your character would have to have a meta sense of how far they're able to track you to know that.
I
So how
don't.
far away are you actually moving?
like 45 feet in the course of a turn.
Okay, so I would say if you move 45 feet away, it doesn't seem like they're looking at you or anything. In fact, they're moving in an opposite direction. Or I suppose not opposite, but they're splitting in 3 directions.
Okay, I'm going to try and continue to follow UT without magical aid. And go.
What's your move speed?
35?
35? Okay. Make me what would a long distance running check be?
Athletics or Constitution?
Make me a Constitution check, I suppose.
Huh.
Okay.
I failed.
Okay.
Oh no.
So none of them are very sneaky, but all of them are fast as fuck because they don't get tired and they're just like chugging along robotically.
Okay.
You lose track of them.
But I just can't keep up with them. Word. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever. I tried. I'm gonna go, having lost them and losing that effort, I'm gonna go see if I can find some small tracking devices that I can afford that I could theoretically slip into somebody's pocket.
What's your thing? Your thing's traps, right?
Yes. So this is definitely something I would have to buy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Like a tracking device. Make me a research check.
I don't think I have that. 11.
So you're not able to find tracking devices, but you're able to find like little collar attachments that keep track of where your pets are.
Perfect.
And you're like, this is exactly what I need.
Yes.
Okay.
If they have an adhesive end, even better.
They don't, but that's something you could easily do with your trap making.
Word.
All right. So, with that having happened, is there anything else you guys want to do for the remainder of the day?
Learn Spanish, apparently.
So back in the hotel room, I meant to do this earlier, but I'm gonna look at Githranos and be like, is there any way you can check our devices and make sure that Lionel didn't do anything to them? Like, make sure he just cleared them and he didn't put any kind of malware on them.
So you need to check the devices for bugs or that kind of thing.
Yeah, bugs, keyloggers, anything that shouldn't
Absolutely.
be there.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a use computers check. Okay. I would let you use your hacking. Oh, well, wait, it doesn't give you a modifier. Okay. So I will say this. Looking at these phones, there is a heavy amount of encryption software that stops like anyone from contacting you. You essentially have to contact them only. It's pretty much one way unless you clear their number and give them permission to do so. As far as spyware goes, let me think about this. There is a program that is keeping track of your messages and your app data, and it is feeding it to an external network.
Prism.
So it's Google Chrome?
Yeah, right? I was about to say.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
Yeah, but
Okay, well,
It is 100%. However, you cannot tell what that network is due to the heavy encryption. Whether this is Lionel's personal network or not
Sure.
is hard to say. There's no identification on it.
Yeah.
So we each got our device individually, right?
Mm-hmm. There's certainly monitoring spyware on these phones. It is unclear who it is feeding the information to.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
just gonna start
that
getting
was
pictures of the most foul things I can.
okay. Well, that was more of a curiosity thing. Okay. I think one of us, I guess I'll do it if nobody else will, but one of us should definitely email Lionel and tell him what happened. And,
Oh, with the Every?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he just responds like, very interesting. Good to know that they weren't hostile to you.
Yeah.
I'll look into this.
At least it wasn't just a K.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, bro.
Since we all got individual phones, correct?
Yes.
Can we
You
just
all
go ahead
have
and take this
burner
moment?
phones.
Can we take this moment to go ahead and like authorize each other's phone numbers for calling and contacting each other? Because the way it's encrypted right now, we wouldn't be able to do that, right?
Yes, it came with certain numbers already cleared. And that's Lionel's and each other's numbers.
Good.
So if you want, you can like add Jace's number to this.
I'm gonna
Depton,
add his number.
Torvald's, and so
Yeah,
on.
I'll go
definitely
ahead and
gonna add his number.
Torvalds. And I
Okay.
assume Githranos will probably add the one girl that he gave his number to, because he's a player.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything you guys want to do prior to going to this masquerade? Something will have
let's
to
see.
be done about everyone's appearances.
I'm gonna call
yeah.
my bestie and tell them excitedly about the adventure that I'm on.
Oh dear lord.
And the adventure in the nightclub
The slaughter in the nightclub.
where I got to sneak around everywhere and then make people dead, and you get the idea.
So, out of curiosity, right? This is super
Yeah.
cheesy, but if Aetherius were to like take any amount of damage and like bleed into his mana shield grimoire, he would just get the stamina back, right?
Yeah, I actually forgot he had that. Yes, whenever he takes damage, he generates stamina.
Wow,
So,
that'd be pretty cool.
so if he were to incrementally take small amounts of damage, he would be able to sustain a spell on everyone for an extended period of time, right?
Oh no.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we trying to bring Torvald into this?
I
Do we
figured he'd
have
sit
to?
outside because I don't think he wasn't here in
Well-
time to get added to the list.
Crystal doesn't have to be disguised because she's humanish. So
That's
she
true.
can be like corporeal disguise.
Plus, I got this really cool mask.
That's true. So, if Furious is channeling on 4 people, and he has 18 health.
Hold on. Just give me a second. Let me get to Mana Shield.
Furious is about to do some blood magic on himself to try and like keep you guys disguised.
I support this.
Of course you do.
It was just an idea that occurred to me. But aside from Aetherius like bleeding himself dry to try and like disguise you all, do y'all have any ideas as to what you're going to do to hide your race?
Yeah, so me and Crystal don't need anything more than like corporeal disguises. We don't need magical disguise.
Am I a bad person because the first thing I thought was blackface?
Oh.
Yes, actually, that does make you a little bit of a bad person.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Still my brother and I love you, but what the fuck, bro?
I mean,
know
for the
that's not
record,
who
I
you
meant
are.
it
My
jokingly.
God.
Like, obviously, I knew that wouldn't work, but jokingly.
Well,
it was like,
I understand. I understand the parallel he's saying. You guys are disguising yourselves as another race.
Yeah,
to
that's
essentially
why.
try and move through. Yeah, I got the connection.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Well,
I'm
now
glad
I
someone
don't.
got
Now
it.
I don't want to do it at all.
I mean, I didn't
Uh,
want to do it in the first
That's
place. It was
okay,
just the
you
first
don't
place
have
my
to.
brain went, and then I was like, oh wait, that's not okay.
Listen, I'm learning a lot about racism, and I don't want to do it.
There's been a lot of racism in this game. Let's be real here.
Oh,
Okay, you were
man.
saying, well,
So, anyways,
So you
Yeah.
really only need to disguise 3 people. Do you need to disguise 3 people?
I mean,
I'll-
Ulysses and Torvald could maybe try and pretend to be a single tallish person.
Do we?
there you go. That's a good solution I hadn't even considered.
No, but you don't. I already made the claim that I was rolling in there with the attitude of everybody loves a midget in a party.
Okay, well then what's
we
better
should,
than
we
that?
should say
2
like
midgets
little
at a
people
party.
or something.
Like
That's-
I said, I'm learning a lot about racism
2 midgets
and
at a party.
dwarfism.
Everybody likes a little person at a party, or a dwarf, or whatever that particular person deserves to be called.
And now we got 2.
I'm also gonna rest to recover stamina.
Okay. Yeah, assumably, like across the next day, everybody's free to rest to recover themselves. Apherius is constantly thanking Githranos for saving his life time and again, because there's really no other quick way he'd be healing up from all of these life-threatening situations.
You've almost died so many times, boy.
He says, "Dragon Man, I owe you so much. You've saved my life so many. What's your name again?"
You can call me Gith, bud.
Gith. Yes. It's thank you, Gith. You're
That's
truly
fine.
an angel.
It's totally fine. I'm polishing my rifle. It's totally fine. Just ignore the fact you've been hiding behind me for most of the time we've been together. All the damage I've taken for
Soldier
you.
Girl, I probably should find out what your name is. What was your name? You'll have to forgive me. I am terrible with names.
Daughtry.
Daughtry. Yes, that's right. Of course, I remember Daughtry. It's,
Do I need to make a deception check for that?
He just believed it.
oh yeah, I just believed it. Honestly, it's just like yes, that's. I merely forgot. That's all. I knew it was Daughtry all along.
Good lord.
Don't you forget it again, because I will not be as forgiving next time.
I won't.
So I feel like now you just have to introduce yourself as a different name every time.
If you think I wasn't planning on that, you're wrong.
Okay, so how is everyone wanting to? Here, let's move you all into this room. How's everybody wanting to get into this masquerade?
Do we have a layout blueprinty kind of thing at all?
Sure. Here is a map of the casino. Let me make sure there's music. Okay, cool.
Oh, this casino is huge.
Right.
It's big.
So you guys will be using the grand ballroom here. And this is not to scale, so it's not 30 feet across. This place is fucking massive.
Yeah, of course.
So this grand ballroom, you guys know that there are pathways and areas like that are available to employees, but this is like the map that they just give to anybody.
Okay. And what is our objective in the ballroom?
Your objective in the ballroom is to go to the employee area behind the ballroom and log into a terminal there using specific information that has been provided to you.
Okay. So where would go back. Where would that be? In like adjacent to the ballroom.
Sorry, hang tight.
We may need to walk around the place and investigate a little bit.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! If you think I'm not casing this bitch, you're very mistaken.
Okay, so the grand ballroom entrance would be like right here-ish in the middle.
Okay.
And there's nowhere to access these employee areas from the exterior out here.
Okay.
But there's like more like back in here that only employees can move through.
Now, do we know if the employees seem to be one particular race, or are they all vampires?
They are very particularly vampires. There are occasionally shifters, but you do not see it often. And the reason for this is that they take a lot of heat for doing so. There's kind of a racial tension between vampires and shifters.
Okay, so the entrance to the ballroom is like here, right?
Mhm.
And the employee area is like here. Oh, come on. Like
Yes.
back here.
Yes, back in there.
And the only access is through the ballroom?
Yes, the only access like that you guys are going to be able to achieve through here is through the ballroom. Because everything else is so heavily guarded that they were like, we need to use the ballroom entrance as a means to get you guys in. It is like the least defended area. Because all the defense is at the front and we're smuggling you guys in by getting your name through. Or by using your name to get through. Does that make sense?
Now,
Yes.
was our dwarf companion also put onto the list?
You guys did not do that, no. But if you like, I can let Githronis do that retroactively. Like Githronis, go back in, type it in real quick before the event tonight, and then
Yeah.
Or alternative, and just hear me out. What if we just like sneak off, take out one of these like employees, just kind of knock them unconscious, steal their uniform. I can wear it and walk around and pretend to be part of the staff, and then we're done.
that's true.
And then the dwarf can just use my name, whatever we put into the log. Opinions.
I used to work
What
at a
can go
casino.
wrong?
I have worked extensively in a hotel at conventions and special events, so there is literally no way for me to contribute to this without metagame thinking, so I'm just staying quiet.
There's literally secret passageways.
Yes.
I just find that really exciting. I thought it was really cool when I learned that about casinos.
They're not as exciting as you think.
They're really not. They're very mundane.
But you're right, the concept is amazing.
The concept is very exciting.
You're just like secret. It's kind of like Iron Man. Or was it Iron Man 3? Please be a secret door. Please be a secret door. Please be a secret door. Yay!
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, is that a bad idea, fellas, or that?
So how long is it going to take us to get from, I don't know, the nearest bathroom or private place where we could feasibly disguise people without it being super obvious, magically disguise people without it being super obvious?
Looks like these are the bathrooms here. There's one. It looks like there's another one right here. Around the corner. If you're looking for like other like hidden places per se, there's like little stores around these areas.
No, just how long would it take us to get from, like time-wise, to get from disguise place to the ballroom and then through it to the employee access?
I mean, it really depends on where you guys want to
This
get
is
in
the
disguise.
casino.
You could
There's
go,
There's
like
there's gonna be cameras everywhere. I think
Are
it's
any of
better
the-
if we pick a bathroom to change that's further away from the location. It'll make it harder to track us down afterwards.
Yeah, I was thinking you guys were just gonna go in disguise. But like, if you want, there are like bathrooms, like wherever you guys see this symbol right here,
Like up front, someplace, not
Here.
close to the ballroom.
here. There are places that you can change. Just be mindful that like there are cameras everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, so if we were gonna walk in already magically disguised, how long would it take us to get to the employee door?
To the employee door.
Yeah. How long does Euphorius really realistically need to
Oh,
be?
you're saying
stay?
like if you go in here, like what's the cost of like
Yeah, yeah.
the time it takes to get here? I would say it would take like 5 minutes between getting from the entrance to like getting to the ballroom, crossing through all this stuff over here.
See, I say we go entrance, then we go to that first bathroom that's on the left side there.
This
Change
one?
there. Yeah.
Here, I'll put a little. This might actually be interesting, so let me just throw it.
That's a 5-minute duration, right?
I would say so, yes.
So he needs 2 casts on 4 people.
Keep in mind, Ephirius can just try and concentrate to keep you guys disguised. Ephirius can also produce a single disguise using his toolkit for someone. So if Crystal wants to try and disguise herself as an employee, he can produce a disguise for her to use.
That's why I asked Lionel for disguise kits, so that we could do mundane disguises on me and Crystal.
Yeah, he can produce like one really solid one, and aside from that, like you guys
Even
don't have any training with disguise kits.
well, Ulysses would, but
Furious does.
if yeah, and like, why could he not do 2 people if I specifically requested extra disguise supplies?
He can provide supplies for you guys to like put on uniforms or something like that. If you're trying to like completely overhaul your disguise, if Furious is able to produce one perfect disguise is all. That's why I mentioned that.
Okay, so my question is, if my request from Lionel, when he was like, what do you guys need to make this happen? And I said, more disguise kit.
Yeah, he can get you a disguise kit.
Yeah, like, so that Euphorius can provide an exceptional to disguise to both Crystal and Ulysses, and then illusion the other 3 to 4 people.
Oh, well, Ephirius used an improved loot token to get like a souped up one.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
So he can make one perfect disguise, but the rest of them are just like crafting disguises to see like how much you can pull off.
Does he have advantage on deception?
Is there a particular disguise? Well, you asked for kits, so he can get you.
I have advantage on deception.
Ephirius does, yeah. He is very skilled in deception.
In that case, I would like to use my deception to assist Euphorius's deception with a normal disguise kit to try and give me the best disguise possible, and give Crystal the perfect disguise, because I am more slippery if apprehended.
So are toolkits skill checks? Because we've been having Githranos use computers, but upping what he's capable of when he uses a toolkit.
Yeah, that's a special loot token item. Basically, the idea is it has like universal software, so Linux, iOS, Windows, Chrome OS, this weird fucking operating system that some college kid made as a final project 10 years ago, doesn't fucking matter, will interface.
Okay. So you're essentially going in. You're going in just disguised as an employee, but you're not attempting to hide your race in any fashion.
I'm being disguised and as an invited hen party goer, but a different hen that doesn't look like me.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll say that you don't look like you. Crystal looks like Crystal, but Crystal, you have a perfect employee's disguise, right?
Yes, that's what I want to go for.
Okay. And Devton and Githranos. Are we bringing Torvald?
Yes, and he can take my spot on the guest list that we added.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You're gonna be an employee.
So how are we disguising them?
I thought we were gonna do magic, and we were trying to figure out how long you had to keep up that spell for the 4 of you excluding Crystal and Ulysses. Real quick, I'd like to answer your question about toolkits and skill checks. So basically, you would use your toolkit, or the disguise kit rather, to apply like makeup and prosthetics as a disguise on me, and you would make a deception check, and it would take an opposed. That would just be the perception DC to recognize that it is a disguise.
Okay. I can get back to that. My brain is currently a little bit overloaded because I'm doing math.
Got you.
How many people are we disguising? Devdin, Gith, and Torvald? Just those three?
Euphorious, or does Euphorious not need a disguise because he's going to go as a shifter invitee?
I was going to have Euphorious try and focus on this spell to keep you guys going. He's got to be somewhere where he can like take a lot of damage and be okay.
My question is Euphorious illusioning himself, or is he mundane disguising himself as a different shifter?
What I was saying was I was going to have Euphorious not accompany you guys.
Oh, okay.
And instead focus on maintaining an ongoing spell to buy you guys as much time as possible from somewhere else.
Does
Okay.
Torvald need a disguise as a Dane?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would say so, because this there's supposed to only be vampires at this masquerade.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
And this is a very exclusive masquerade as well. So we're only disguising 3. Is that correct?
Yes.
17 times 5. So I can buy everyone a little bit over an hour.
Word.
Okay, so that should be enough, but he is going to have to stay behind to do this.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, are we doing this tonight?
I don't think so, but I think we're
I
getting
was gonna
set up
say
to do it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah. If you like, I can just put you guys there. This setup for everything. For this like entry process took a little longer than anticipated.
Yeah.
So, just to be clear, Crystal looks like an employee. Ulysses is going as a hin, but as someone who has been invited to
Yes.
this masquerade.
My rationale, when we get to the door and the guy raises, I'm already ready for this.
Okay.
When we get to the door and the guy raises his eyebrow, I'm just going to exclaim excitedly, "I'm the entertainment!" and then start doing like cartwheels and flips and shit with my acrobatics. Be like, "Come on, it's an adventure!"
Oh no.
My
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. Okay. And Devzin, Githranos, and Torvald are all going in disguise.
Word.
All right. So, Crystal, how would you like to enter? Are you just going in through the front?
Can I
you
survey the
entering
main
with
entrance?
the other-
There is security at the main entrance, right? But do they like check IDs or anything like that?
Yes, but as you walk up, they like barely glance at you.
Okay. So I'm gonna proceed past the main entrance. I'm gonna try and like hang off to the side of a wall, kind of try to survey my surroundings, see where like if there's any particular employees I can kind of survey, or anybody in the room, or what they're doing, and then I want to go and mimic what they're doing.
Here's what you see in the room. Actually, all of you guys aren't there. So it's just Crystal. So Crystal, as you step past the guards at the front, this is what you see. It is an exquisitely grown room. It is absolutely gorgeous on the inside. There are tons and tons of people here. And as you sort of like step into this room to kind of survey what's going on here, you see there are like people like suspended up on rings in sort of like an acrobatic gymnastic sort of way, and they're like hanging decadently from the ceiling. And there's this like large, beautiful, like white marble fountain up ahead, where lots of people have sort of gathered to like dance and such.
Eyes are
everyone's going
wide
faster.
open, filled with wonder.
Can we get Crystal to make a mental resistance save to not go on a genocidal rampage being surrounded by vampires?
Yes, everyone around you is a vampire as well, Crystal.
Which makes my skin crawl. Can I see any other
Can you see any other what? I'm sorry.
employees?
Yeah, you do. So looking around the room, you see there are two bored-looking guards on the outside here. Stepping a little bit further in, there does seem to be security sort of posted throughout, and they're sort of like up against the walls, this sort of thing. So here, I'll throw them one. There's going to be a decent amount of these guys, but not a ton. Most of the security is outside the door, stopping people from coming in. Not a
About
huge
how many
amount.
guards do I see?
So looking around the
Perception.
room. There's not really any need for a perception check because you're free to take your time looking around. They're not attempting to hide themselves. There's some like kind of at each end on either side here. There's two up on this like balcony up here. And there is a VIP guard over here. Sorry. Over here. Who's sort of in that area.
So I would know that that's like the VIP area.
Yeah, it's easy for you to see that that's a VIP area.
Okay.
Are you heading that way to like look at what's over there? There is a small crowd who sort of like gathered around the VIP door area.
I'd probably try to like shuffle along and go towards the crowd, trying to kind of discern what they're doing and try to make myself blend in a little bit.
Okay. As you sort of step over in this direction, over like the decadent music that's being heard, you see a lot of people in this crowd right here who are like taking pictures, or they're just like sort of watching and drinking and talking amongst themselves, but they all seem very interested with something happening over here.
Can I tell what's happening over there?
Do you want to go over there and take a look?
Right,
Yes.
It's about 9, so I guess I'm gonna head out.
That's fine. Is 9 o'clock our cutoff time? I thought 9:30 was.
I thought 9 normally was.
We've gone to like 10:30 sometimes, I think.
I've been doing 9, but yeah, we have had several sessions that ran way longer. But
Okay.
9 was the original goal.
What do you guys want to do? Do y'all want to call it here?
I'm okay with calling it. It's a good place before we start the next thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
All right. Very well. We will call it right here.
Sorry about that.
And then you
No
don't have
worries.
to do so much work next week.
All right,
True,
I'm
true.
stopping the recording now.